Yeah, and as Marcus always says, never give up, and we will find a way to keep your children and also the adults without itch. So, yeah, I invite everybody to write questions, but yeah, maybe we can start with some questions. So you said that the average duration of the symptoms is diagnosed so about 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Do we know that also for registries, or is that only these two different papers what you showed? Are we following that up with your child? The duration, disease duration in kids?
Is it for Petra or the question?
I will leave them open. You can all decide and jump in.
So I think there, especially in children, there are not enough data yet, and this is why we're doing what Petra mentioned, like a lot of experts from all around the world need to come together to have these answers. Exactly, because this is the first questions we get asked when parents come with the child, right? They say, so will my child have this disease forever? And how long does it persist? And yes, we do have some interesting data already that show, like I showed, 50% lose the symptoms within 5 years. But is it really true? Can we really say that for every form of urticaria? So we really need those data to have these answers. This is what I think.
And maybe one sentence, Caroline, you mentioned everything perfectly. I would like to have a registry for children as well. We have this nice cure registry, and I think we need for children the same thing.
Yeah, that would be interesting to have the data and collect. We have another question. Are children who have had urticaria more likely to develop it again during their adulthood compared to people that never had urticaria?
This is a really interesting. Can I answer the question, because that's a question what I'm looking for many years. What we see in children, and that's a little bit different, that they have a chronic urticaria but recurrent urticaria. So if we talk about chronic, normally we think we have every day or every second day symptoms over a period longer than 6 or 7 months, weeks or months or years. In children, we have one cohort, we don't know the percentage, who develop urticaria symptoms from time to time, not in a long run, but they have it, especially after infections or with infection, they get an urticaria and then it's gone. And that is one question. Is this then a chronic spontaneous urticaria, or do we have to divide it in two subgroups, a chronic spontaneous continuously urticaria and repeat it? Because this is really different in children compared to adults.
Maybe I can add something. I would say if we normally see patients, I don't know, I think Petra, you agree, if we see patients in our clinic here and like adults, and we ask them, we don't usually hear that they say, yes, I had it when I was little. So I would say that this should be like separate from each other.
I agree with Petra and Caroline. We usually see in our experience here in Brazil that in adult patients, sometimes we have this past history of having urticaria previously, and then they have it again, but this is not what we see in children. We don't see that history, oh, I had it when I was a child, and now it's happening again.
Okay. There are also, so we talked a little bit about food allergies as a cause or a trigger for the urticaria. Do we have cases where then the food allergy can induce the urticaria?
Well, as I said, it's two separate things. So we have children that have a true food allergy, as I said, with positive tests, laboratory tests. And in this case, they might experience urticaria, but an acute urticaria as a reaction to the food. But it's not a chronic spontaneous urticaria. As we said, it's not idiopathic. It's actually an autoimmune disease, right? So we have autoimmune mechanisms. However, we know that some children may experience an exacerbation of their urticaria with some kind of food ingredients. This is not something that is really common or that we see every day in our practice, but I don't know if Petra and Caroline have already had this kind of experience, but some parents may say that, oh, I think when my child eats some kind of things or candies or something, I don't know, I think the urticaria gets worse. So if you have doubt, if you're not sure if that food is really implicated in that scenario of crazy urticaria, as Caroline said, you should try to go in a restriction diet just for that food that you think you may worse the urticaria, but for a short period. You don't go for a very restriction diet of everything. And if you observe that this restriction diet is not getting any kind of difference in the urticaria course, then you should go for a normal diet again. So you don't need to keep your child restricted from foods. Just if you have doubts, then but you should talk to your doctor about it, you know.
And it's the same a little bit like in atopic dermatitis, where a lot of children, and we know urticaria and atopic dermatitis may come together as well. And a lot of children, they have to take a really strong diet for nothing. And it's really, as Caroline mentioned, we shouldn't do this. We should look for this if the people or the patients or the parents mention, and look for it and then finish it, and no restrictive diets.
I think sometimes we have to try this for a short period to prove to the parents that it doesn't have any related to the food, you know. Sometimes the parent says, oh, I try to avoid, I don't know, milk, egg or something, and the urticaria is the same. So I usually say, see, there's nothing related to the egg or the milk.
Do you observe in the chronic spontaneous urticaria association with atopic dermatitis or other atopic diseases in this pediatric patients?
We asked for this, yes, for the atopic diabetes, if they have this, and so because it's worth to look for this, but we can handle both, even if it's together, it's not a problem.
Yeah, great. So we are on time. That was a great discussion. I would like to thank you all for being a part of this webinar and sharing with information and all the questions. And I would like now to share my last slides. There are not that many. So again, a reminder, please either click on the form on the link or take a photo of the QR code so you can give us your feedback, what you thought about the presentations, how can we improve, what topics you want to hear, so that we can prepare for the next webinars that are coming this year and next year. Again, look into the code and...
You're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sharing? Sorry. Wait, sorry. Now you see it.
Yes, thank you.
So here is again the code for the feedback form that we can improve these webinars, and plan the next ones that are coming next year here, so that you don't miss up the next upcoming webinars and what we're planning and other activities, and also then what we plan for the Urticaria Day on the 1st of October. And stay connected with us in social media and YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, where we post then our different urticaria stuff. And this video will be in a few months then also in YouTube to be found and to be seen, to share with your patients. And thank you very much for your attention, and also Novartis for sponsoring this webinar and making it happen. Thank you very much and have a nice evening.
Yeah, thank you, Caroline, and thank you all for joining. See you.
See you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.